So Harry, in the past, silver has gone to right around $50 an ounce twice.
Yes.
And both times it crashed after that. And we're in the middle of a pretty big run up in silver now. Do you think it's going to crash again?
Buy your gold and silver online from SD Bullion. New customers get gold or silver at spot by visiting sdbullion.com/new.
A little bit of gold in the case, Harry. You got 5 ounces.
Yeah, well, 3 bullion ounces and 2 pre-33 St. Gaudens. They have the same obverse, but those are $20 gold pieces in the slabs, so those are the pre-33. And remember, those aren't a full ounce. They're 0.9675, so a little bit less gold, but certainly more history than the bullion pieces.
So slightly under 5 ounces in the case.
Slightly under. And honestly, it's the right mix of things because this is what people want at these prices. As we've talked about before, the world gold, Krugerrands, maples, kangaroos, they're not selling. People want buffaloes and they want eagles.
Yeah, if I was getting gold right now, that's what I'd be buying for sure.
I mean, I used to sell whatever gold I had, but now if I don't have U.S. gold, it sits.
One other thing I noticed, Harry, a lot of those big silver bars, those are gone.
Yeah, a lot of silver's been selling in great quantity because the ratio has come down. There's a lot of excitement surrounding silver, and actually we're getting a lot of inquiries now about platinum, which has been dead to us for 9 years. And you know, platinum has made a real run past $1,000, and certainly not anywhere near gold like it used to be, but you know, it's up $500 in the last couple of months, so it's really on a run now.
Is that something you would consider, like actually getting platinum from a wholesaler and stocking it regularly?
Not yet, but if the demand keeps going up, I probably would have to consider that. You know, it creates buzz. When the price goes up like that, you have more inquiries, more people start getting curious about it. Curious isn't necessarily buying, but if people actually want to buy, then I'll be stocking it.
So would you try and get something like the US Platinum Eagles or Platinum Bars, or what would you?
I'm not sure it equates to where the gold is now, where only the US version is selling. I'm not sure the same would apply. Do you have any thoughts on that, Adrian?
So it seems like the Eagles are always popular. Okay. So you'll have two people. You have the people that only want the American bullion, and then the people that want to buy the cheapest platinum ounce that they can buy, which would be the bars. Yeah, we got questions at the show. We got quite a bit of people asking for platinum, but also palladium. Surprisingly, people were asking, hey, do you have any palladium? So I guess when the metals are moving in the platinum group, people really want to start buying some.
Well, palladium is down quite a bit. It's lower than platinum right now. So just for reference, platinum's right around 1,400. Palladium is about 1,250. Yeah. So for $150 less, you could get palladium. And honestly, with the dip in palladium, it kind of seems like that would be the thing to buy.
Yeah. So I think that's why people are asking for it. So if you're looking to get in the platinum groups, I mean, I would say, yeah, it's nice to diversify a little bit.
But aren't the premiums higher for platinum and palladium as compared to like gold?
It is, because it's a lot, it's a more rare metal.
And you mentioned the show. You're talking about the fun show?
Yeah. It was a fun show. So
yeah.
No, all jokes aside, it was a great show. Met a lot of people, some Silver Dragon subscribers and supporters. So
is that something you guys are going to go to regularly, do you think?
We hope so. I mean, it's nice to be out on the East Coast and meet some of the customers we have out there. You know, we made a lot of new friends and met a lot of people that we do business with. Yeah, it was a great turnout.
So Harry, you said that you guys have been selling a lot of silver?
Yes.
What are people buying mostly? Is it the constitutional, the silver rounds, bars? What have you noticed?
I would say in the order of popularity would be constitutional, buffalo rounds, and maples.
In that order, huh?
Yes.
So the most popular is this stuff right here.
Very popular. And right now, and for a while, the price of constitutional, when figured price per ounce, is at or slightly below what an ounce round or buffalo round would be. So it's a good buy compared to, say, maples or eagles, and so we sell a lot of it.
Here's a question. So if someone tells you, I want to buy constitutional silver, what are you picturing in your mind that they want to get? Is it the dimes? Are they going for quarters, half dollars? What would you say?
I would say that the dimes are the most popular because 2 reasons. One, it's a small increment if they fear that barter might be in their future, but also it's just more affordable. You know, it's a smaller investment. Second, ironically, isn't the quarters, but it's the half dollars.
Yeah.
I think it's a nice big piece of metal. Big cells, big design, big palette of art. And third would be quarters, which is really odd to me because especially if you want it for barter, quarters I think are a really good investment because you're looking at something that spends at about $7 a unit. And at today's prices, you're talking about a gallon or two of gas or a meal or something like that. Whereas a $50 might be a slightly too big of an increment for certain purchases.
Well, I will say for me personally, when I stacked all the 90% that I did, and I have quite a bit, I started with the dimes because they were the smallest, and then I went $50, and then I kind of got fatigue and I never even went for the quarters.
See, I mean, you're describing most of our customers. It's kind of interesting that you said that.
Well, one of the reasons that I liked the dimes was if you want to make an ounce out of junk silver, you need $1.40.
Correct.
So you have to have dimes to make an ounce.
Sure, and that's a valid reason. You can't do that exact combination with quarters or $50.
Can we do a little sample and show people what I'm talking about?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I got 14 mercury dimes here. So this would be equivalent to 1 ounce of silver, right?
Yes, as is the two $50 and the 4 dimes there.
So it can really be any combination. I mean, you could take out a $50 and put 2 quarters in. As long as it's $1.40, you get to 1 ounce.
It's 1.01 ounce. Now, one of the things I get asked a lot is, right now our price is 28 times the face value.
Right.
And people ask, well, how does that translate? What am I paying per ounce? Very simple. You take the multiple of face value, multiply it by $1.40, and that gives you your price per ounce.
So if I take 28 times that by 1.4,
let's
then we
do
get the
that.
number.
Gives you $39.20. Now compare that to our current price on rounds, which are $39.50. At least today, these are 30 cents less per ounce.
Right, I get it. But if you are bartering and you want to know, okay, I'm going to generally trade 1 ounce of silver for this or that, you need to know it's the $1.40 that makes the ounce.
Correct. Just to keep the math simple, people like to use that $1.40.
So if you're bartering and the coins are really slick, then obviously $1.40 is not going to make a full ounce, right?
No, but if you think about a barter situation, I don't know how far off into the weeds people are going to wander by saying, well, that dime is only going to be worth, 3/4 of what this dime is because it's got more wear. I just think it'll become a unit. Whether it's worn or not, it's just going to be a unit.
So people probably wouldn't get that nitpicky.
I don't think so. I think there'll be other priorities in a situation like that without worrying about how much wear is on the dime.
Yeah.
And if you are worried about that, I mean, the Roosevelt is also a great option. I mean, the best way to look at the Roosevelts to see if they're silver is just to look at the edge and make sure that it's all white.
Okay, so the ones on the right, those are the silver Roosevelt dimes.
Yes.
And the ones on the left are clad. So even if you have pretty bad eyesight and you can't see the date, you can just look at the edge and pretty easily tell, yeah?
Definitely. Yeah, so that's one quick and surefire way to make sure that these are 90%.
Well, as we're talking about this, Harry, I'm just looking at the board. Gold is actually up like $28 now today.
Yeah, things have been very volatile. The reaction to the news, particularly the wars in the Middle East and Ukraine, and also, maybe more importantly, the fears over what tariffs might mean to the economy has caused everything to just bounce around. Really, really volatile in the last several weeks. But even this morning, I mean, silver was up over 40 cents, then it was down 17 cents, now it's up 7 cents, and I'm talking in the last hour and a half.
Yeah, I saw on Sunday night, silver was over $39 an ounce for a brief period.
It was, but by Monday morning when we opened, it was back under.
But that's the first time I've seen it over 39. I mean, it's the first time it did it in 14 years.
I think we're flirting with $40. I really do. I think a couple good days sustained green or positive territory, we're going to be at $40. Look at that. While I was talking, it went from 7 cents up to 12 cents up.
It's on the move.
It's on the move. Yeah, something's up today.
So, Harry, in the past, silver has gone to right around $50 an ounce twice.
Yes.
And both times it crashed after that. And we're in the middle of a pretty big run up in silver now. Do you think it's going to crash again?
I don't think it's going to crash the way the distance it went before, because if you look at 1979, the Hunt brothers were trying to corner the market. And when that failed, the whole thing collapsed. So you could pin that run up on those two brothers. In 2011, the run up to over $50 was due to the massive bank and mortgage failures. There's really not that kind of dynamic right now. There's not something that like two brothers or bank collapses. You know, you've just got a news cycle full of tariffs and wars, and I don't know that any of that's going to change anytime soon. That's going to remain a part of the background noise right now for quite a while. So there's not one thing that could happen in the news unless world peace broke out by noon today that's going to drive the price way down.
Exactly what Harry said, because we see pressure moving up, so it's nothing that's going to ease off over the next couple days. So if anything, we're going to see that price move higher.
The run-ups in 1979 and in 2011 were very, very fast, you know, in terms of time. This has been just a steady march upward for the last year and a half, really since COVID became less of an issue in our society. And because of that, there's also less likelihood of an immediate collapse because this is more organic. It's not driven by one thing going on.
And if you look at inflation, I mean, the price of everything has gone up too.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be fluctuations, but I don't see silver going to, you know, $14 an ounce or gold going back under 1,000. I just don't see it. I don't see any reason for that.
So if silver does go to $50 an ounce and it doesn't crash, I mean, this could spark a new interest in silver. A lot of people would probably be saying, oh, it's going to 60, it's going to 70, maybe 100, who knows? And we really could see a big influx of new investors.
Well, anytime that the news media, the non-coin news media, starts talking about precious metals, people get fear of missing out, even if they know nothing about the metals. And we get plenty of customers lately who come in and say, I don't know anything about this, explain it to me. But they heard something on a channel or a publication that isn't normally coin related that people are excited about the metals. Now look what's just happened. Again, we've been talking about a minute. Gold just jumped up another almost $8.
And silver's almost back up to 38.
Yeah, $37.99. So we're in a volatile time, but not such a fast run up that I think you should fear a collapse or anything like that.
And one thing that I did see at the shows we were talking about, when people are buying silver, like dealers are buying silver, you know, the buyback's been back a few dollars because of the volatility of silver. Nobody really wants to hold on to the silver that they're selling. Everybody wants to turn it as fast as they can because of that volatility. It's an interesting market, as Harry was saying. I would just tell people to be careful.
Yeah, the one thing I've noticed too is you mentioned the buyback is a little bit lower, but also the premiums have been really low for people who are wanting to buy right now.
Yeah, and that's probably the reason, because a lot of people are selling, but there's also a lot of people buying. If you think it's going higher, it's a good time to buy, and if you can take some profits, it's time to take some profits. You know, I always tell people, no shame in taking some gains.
And now, Harry, 1 second later, we got gold at $40.
Maybe we should just keep the camera on the board. Where else could you make almost 1.25% before breakfast?
That's not bad, is it?
Not bad. That's what the banks are paying on annual interest now.
Yeah. Well, we'll definitely keep our eyes on the metals and see where they go from here. But I've got high hopes for the future, Harry.
I think, you know, anytime there's action, even down, you know, it just creates activity and excitement. It keeps the world going around.
Yeah. Well, hey, thank you so much for the time.
Thank you, Silver Dragons.
Thanks a lot, Adrian.
Thank you.